Hello, and thank you for joining me in the part 2. Thank you. Those of you that joined us in the part 1, you will understand that we are looking at what Mike Arnold said in his recent article regarding the global awareness and also reasons why the United States of America and other world powers have not officially recognized Biafra. We've dealt with that, the background, the introduction, and also we read the article from the beginning to the end in the part 1. We don't want to go back to what we have read in the part 1. We are here to look into all that he has said, as I promised in the part 1. This is strictly to look into the things that Mike Arnold said, to look into the issues he has raised. Also, the point he has made, to look at the facts and those that are not facts and compare them with the present reality of the Biafran cause and that of Nnamdi Kanu. I am God's servant Maxwell Nnawuihe. Before agreeing with Mike Arnold or disagreeing with Mike Arnold, we must first of all understand what he has said in that article. Mike Arnold's real message can be summarized in one sentence. Political advocacy becomes far more effective when the wider public understands and cares about an issue. One single sentence, that is the summary of what the statement of Mike Arnold or the article of Mike Arnold is telling us. We are looking into it in details. That is the foundation of almost everything that he wrote in that article. By the way, the part 1 of this video is in the description below this video. The part 1 of it is in the description. After watching this video, go to the part 1 so that you will understand where we are coming from. It's important. Don't skip this teaching series. Don't skip this very series. So, Mike Arnold in his article argues that many supporters of political causes, they tend to focus heavily on politicians. They focus heavily on governments. What is the government saying? Let's go to the government of US, to the government of Germany, to the government of Israel. They focus on the government. And also they focus on international institutions while paying lesser attention to public awareness. That is what Mike Arnold was saying in his article. According to him, he said that awareness comes first. After awareness, pressure. After pressure, policy. You may not agree with him, you may not agree with him. I also believe that Nnamdi Kanu has raised a lot of awareness, a lot. IPOB has raised so much awareness. Before Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinarily renditioned and also imprisoned, the awareness has been there. Also, pressure has been there. Then the policy. What I can say, based on all I have read from the article of Mike Arnold, in my own opinion, there has been huge global awareness regarding the case of Biafra and that of Nnamdi Kanu. That was number 1. That does not mean that awareness should stop. Number 2, he talked about pressure. Yes, there has been pressure. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, in the case of Biafra restoration, there has been pressure. United Nations judgment is one of the major pressure on the Nigerian government for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. There has been pressure. The aspect I'm looking at is policy. He talked about awareness, pressure, policy. I think where Biafrans need to focus more, in addition to what Biafrans have already achieved, is the government policy. Government policy. Not just press statements. Let it translate to policies. Their press statements and sympathy, sympathizing with Mazen and the kind of sympathizing with the Biafran people, let it translate to policy. Let it become policies that they will make. Let them make policies to take action for the release of Nnamdi Kanu and for the Biafran cause. So, whether you agree with Mike Arnold or not, in this sequence that talks about, first of all, there should be advocacy, there should be pressure, there should be policy, it is important to understand that this is the heart of his argument, and I have agreed with him in the area of the policy. Okay? Very, very important. So, there are things we have to look into now. Are these things he has said, are they fact or opinion? Remember, I have given my own opinion in response to the three issues he raised: advocacy, pressure, and policy. So, let us now separate the fact from the opinion. Let us separate it. If you are just joining now, thank you for joining us. This is the continuation of the part 2. 990 out of 1,000 Americans that don't understand what is going on in Nigeria. That is what Mike Arnold said. The fact, that is the fact. That is generally supported by public awareness studies and the reality of international news coverage. Most citizens of any country, including Nigeria, they tend to focus more on domestic issues rather than foreign affairs. How many Nigerians are talking about what is going on in Iran? How many of them? How many of Nigerians are talking about what is going on in Lebanon with Hezbollah and Israel? How many of them are talking about that? But almost every Nigerian is talking about the increment in fuel price. Almost every Nigerian is talking about the increment in rice price, bag of cement increment, and all that. Gas, cooking gas increment, they are talking about it. Most Nigerians are talking about insecurity, kidnapping, banditry, terrorism, because these are domestic issues. As many Nigerians focus more on domestic issues, this is also how many other citizens of other countries focus more on their domestic issues. For the Nigerian politicians, they are focusing on the 2027 election. What do you think that American politicians are focusing on right now? So, it is the fact. Most citizens of different countries, they focus more on their domestic issues. The same as I've compared with that of Nigeria. So, what is the opinion here that Mike Arnold shared with us in his article? He suggests that awareness is the primary missing ingredient in the Biafran cause and that of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is an interpretation he has given to it. And I've told you my own opinion. There has been awareness and there has been global awakening, there has been pressure. And then I talked about policy. So some analysts would also agree with him in total. Some will also agree with him on the area of pressure or awareness, or only on policy, just like me. I don't know which area you agree with Mike Arnold. Is it that there is not enough awareness for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, or there is not enough pressure for the world powers to come to the aid of Nnamdi Kanu and that of Biafra, or the area of government, foreign government, making policies that support the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or the freedom of Biafra? Type in the chat section. Type it in the chat section. So, in this aspect now, major political issues often receive more attention when stories reach popular cultures. Examples include films. Have you watched any film that is dedicated to the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? the extraordinary rendition to the Kenyan abduction or the Kenyan torture, abduction to Nigeria, detention at the DSS headquarters, all the court proceedings, then, and all that happened, both the recusal of Justice Binta Nyako, transfer of the case to Omotosho, and the conviction by Justice Omotosho, 20th November 2025, and then transfer to Sokoto prison from the DSS. Has there been any film that is produced? Is there any film produced anywhere dedicated to what Nnamdi Kanu has been going through from 2021 to today? No single film. Now, what about film about Biafran war? Apart from the footage, all the footages from here and there, has there been films produced about the Biafran civil war or genocide? And a lot of things that have been happening in Biafra, which will focus on educating the world on the need to recognize Biafra. Are there films like that? I don't think there are films like that. Films, documentaries. Yes, I can say there are a handful of documentaries. Are there documentaries about the case of Nnamdi Kanu that is going on now? Bringing the world up to speed, the level of the case and what is going on presently? I don't think. Books. Some people are writing books. Has there been books written recently about what has happened 2021 to 2026 or 2025 regarding the case of Nnamdi Kanu? Book or books. Music. Now, I know that some people have released songs, single tracks, albums about Nnamdi Kanu and the case of Nnamdi Kanu. I also released a single track. I released a single track in 2023 and remixed it, I think, 2025. Okay, so what about these songs? How many of them has made it or have made it to the top playlist of major radio stations or media platforms? Top list, just like they used to have charts, top 1, top 2, or top 5, top 10, top whatever, top 3. How many of those songs about Nnamdi Kanu have made it to the top 7 or the top 5 or the top 10 of different major radio stations or media platforms? Very important. Also, television. Examples that Mike Arnold raised or cited in his article. A way to create global awareness and also mount pressure and also force government or motivate politicians to influence their governments to make policies for the release of Nnamdi Kanu and that of Biafra. So, the opinion of Mike Arnold, he argued in that very article that culture is often more powerful than lobbying. We also understand that history has proven to us that culture influences political advocacy. Culture, it influences political advocacy and also it work together. It work together rather than separately. They work together. One of the strongest sections in the article of Mike Arnold is the discussion he raised about storytelling. History provides many examples where public awareness increased as a result of storytelling to a wider audience. Storytelling. Many of the Biafrans today, Biafran broadcasters, many podcast media platforms, many of them are not taking time to tell the stories, of what has been happening with the case of Nnamdi Kanu and that of Biafra. Apart from reacting to news, reacting to policies, reacting to trends and all that, devoting time to tell the stories of what is happening to a wide audience. Just like the Hotel Rwanda that Mike Arnold discussed in his article, which was a tragedy that happened in 1994. Yet, do you know that many people outside Africa, they did not know about it when it happened? Many of them became familiar with the aspect of the story after films were produced, after documentaries were made, after books were written, and after media coverage expanded the public awareness of what happened in Rwanda. That was only when people from outside Africa came to know what really happened about Rwanda, the genocide. So this illustrates an important lesson, very, very important, that our filmmakers should go into it, begin to produce, not just to make money, produce and make sure that the storylines and the scripts of the films capture beautifully in great details, so elaborate, the case of Nnamdi Kanu and the need for the government of what powers to make official policies in the favor of Nnamdi Kanu and that of Biafra. Very important. So, events can occur long before large numbers of people become aware of them. The second example is Roots, the television series which is titled Roots. It exposed millions of viewers to aspects of the transatlantic slave trade in ways that education or school curriculum and textbooks did not. Roots, it explained it very well. The slave trade. That was the television series. Some people can assimilate certain stories through movies, through films, through storytelling, through music. There are many ways to communicate and push the Biafran story and that of Nnamdi Kanu. Stories often make complex issues personal because of the emotional element attached to them. Number 3 example is the scandalous list. The scandalous list. The Holocaust was already well documented, yet films helped many people connect emotionally with the historical events they previously understood only in the abstract terms. They were now able to understand it very well. So, what are the biblical reflections? The article of Mike Arnold, the biblical reflections. Jesus frequently taught through parables. Why? Because stories help people to understand realities that facts alone may not fully communicate. So, Matthew 13 verse 34 tells us that Jesus spoke all these things to the crowd in parables. The lesson here is not political. It is not at all. The lesson is communication. Communication. People remember stories. There are stories I begin to tell now in this video. More people will be interested. They will be interested. They wouldn't even want that story to end. That is the truth. People remember stories. People connect with stories. That principle applies across many areas of life, including public awareness campaigns, including humanitarian causes, including social movements. Now, here is the important question that you need to ask, or that I'm asking, or that we all should be asking. If storytelling is powerful, does that automatically translate into political change? If storytelling is so powerful, why has Nigeria not changed with all the storytelling movies produced in Nigeria to tell the Nigerian story, to impact knowledge on people and to speak to the conscience of the politicians in order for them to change and begin to give good governance to Nigerians? So, why has it not translated to political change? That is where the debate becomes more complicated. So, And that is exactly where we will continue in the next section. Very, very important. We must continue with it because history shows that awareness can open doors, but awareness alone does not always determine the outcome of the doors that are opened. Awareness has opened doors for the discussion of the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Awareness, the protest, and all the things we have been doing, all the broadcasts, including prayers. But then, awareness alone does not determine the overall outcome of the doors that have been opened. So, we will move into the heart of the debate. One of the things we'll be looking into is, does public awareness actually change government policy? Don't miss it. Number two thing we'll be looking into, historical comparisons like India, Israel, South Sudan, East Timor, civil rights, apartheid. Other things we'll be looking into is to analyze Mike Arnold's culture moves people. According to him, he said that culture moves people, people move politicians. That is the argument we'll be looking into in the part 3. Very important you follow us. What history says about lobbying, diplomacy, economics, and public opinion. We'll be looking into this in the part 3. I am God's servant, Maxwell Nnawuihe. You need to like this video immediately. Please, if you are coming across this channel for the first time, hit the subscribe button. I love you, and I will see you again.
Subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, X, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow Maxwell Nnawuihe for more updates. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, X, Facebook, and Instagram for more updates.